This program is brought to you by the Genesis Communications Network, a world leader in talk radio since 1998. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Broadcasting and streaming live all across America. This is HomeTalkUSA with Michael King, where we will discuss topics pertaining to your home with industry-leading experts. Michael King is a licensed general contractor with more than 30 years of experience in home improvements and the author of Contracting with the King. Join us this hour for our segment Invent America with your co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton. Discover what's next in the home improvement industry and explore new products and innovations. Or if you have that next great big idea, learn what it takes to bring your invention to the world as Michael King and Rita Crompton talk to America's inventors and innovators. Remember, the America of tomorrow is being invented today. We invite you to visit us at HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, we proudly present Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor, Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Yahee! That's right. Welcome all of you to episode 1069 and counting. This is Home Talk USA. And along with my co-host, my sidekick, the Inventor Lady herself, Miss Rita Crompton, we want to welcome you to the Invent America show, which is part of the Home Talk USA radio family. Don't forget, we are streaming live all across America at GCNlive.com. And now I'd like to welcome my co-host, the Inventor Lady herself, Miss Rita Crompton. Rita, it's getting close to the trade show, girl.
I know. We are counting days now instead of weeks, and we are filling those last spots. ASD has been wonderful to work with. We are so glad to have them as a sponsor for the show, for the radio show. And, heavens, we have got so many different products, new products that are going to the show, and they were wonderful about talking about how this show is good for new products. They said, the buyers that are coming from all these different chains, they want new products. They already know the old products. They want to see what's new. And so the, Invent America booth that has got all these new products, and everybody gets to vote on the product that is their favorite new product. Wow. And we'll be giving out the Innovation Awards, so we are excited about that.
Well, I'll tell you, I call it $5 stocks, and I can't wait to go out there and look at all these $5 stocks. And one day, I hope that one of these $5 stocks becomes like Microsoft. You know what I mean? But
yeah. Absolutely. Well, and that's a good lead in for our topic today, because every product out there has got a shelf life. And, it's like when you go and buy lettuce at the grocery store, it doesn't last forever. And products don't either. And inventors don't always understand that certain products just have a short lifespan and other products have an incredible lifespan.
That's right. Look at a shovel. Look at a hammer.
Exactly. Those patents that are done on tools have the longest lifespan. But, look at the Barbie doll. Who would have thought?
Yep. But product life is so important, and there's a lot of decisions that have to be made. There's nothing wrong with new and improved. And if you have a technology, and you should always try to see how you can maximize its product life or efficiency is what I'm trying to say also. Because at the end of the day, you want to continue to make it better, and you want to continue to use technology in your products. You follow me?
Absolutely. And the thing for inventors to keep in mind is that anything with software actually has a shorter lifespan, because the technology is changing so fast. And if you've got a new app, for instance, it's old by the time you would even think of filing a patent. It's, it can be outdated by the time you even get it to the marketplace. But now if you've got hardware to go with it, I've got a lady today, she's going to go to the show with us. She's got this little tiny product that, holy cow, every mother in America is going to want one. And it's using an app that's kind of old, but it's got hardware with it now. And so it makes it really, really cool.
Well, I need to tell you, Rita, the hour before this show, my guest was Rufus the robot. Actually, Rufus the robot. We had a robot. That's right, AI robot that actually installs roofs. A robot roofer. How you like that? So it gets to what what we're talking about in this hour, that Rufus is going to be unveiled in May, and it had to start with AI. It had to start with software. It had to start with the planning stages, and that's what we go out and do. And I'm excited, but product life is so important. It can mean also the success or failure of your investment, or your company, because it depends what you're developing. So you need to know the rules before you play the game, right, Rita?
Absolutely. And different industries, when the inventor is looking too specifically at their initial industry concept and don't realize how it can cross over industries, you can actually limit your ability to sell by being too narrow and too focused. So my job is to say, what about this? What about this? Did you think about using it over here? And they go, oh my God, now I need to, rethink, my reach on different products. And that can extend their product life when they've got a bigger reach.
You start one way and you end up another way, and then your product becomes multi-purpose, multifaceted, or it started doing this, but it can do this. You never know where it might lead you. And that's the fun about this business and fun about technology. As I say in life, it's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Exactly. It's not necessarily how high you get on the mountain, it's how far you climbed on the mountain to get where you want to go.
Get to the top. That's right, Rita. But
well, I was just going to say, the gentleman who invented the ability to refuel a plane while it was in air, and they told him, it's like, don't limit it to just airplanes, and now his technology is being used to pass any kind of liquid in outer space to another, from one space station to another. So you don't want to limit yourself by thinking too narrowly. But the other thing is that you can expand the lifespan of your product by paying attention as new technology comes along. So you may file something additional on the way your product works, but you've got to pay attention. Sometimes it's a matter of looking at, okay, we've got this thing, but here's a new way of a new tool to make it. And so now the intellectual property is on the tool or the machinery to make the given product, because they can make it better or cheaper. So you've always got to keep your eyes open. You've always got to keep looking at what are the options out there.
Well, and that's where the trade shows also are very, like I say, an asset, because when you get there, you have all these other products and technology, and it pays to walk the floor and see somebody you might be able to partner up with, or maybe some other product can be a condiment to your product. You never know till you see it,
Absolutely. And I always tell inventors, it's like, don't go by yourself to a show, because you've got to be able to work the floor as much as you work your booth. Which means if you're not walking the aisles and looking at what else is out there, you don't know where you can partner up. You don't know somebody that might be able to be a reseller for your product. You don't know what that competition is doing. And so you have to pay attention.
I know you're going to have Michael Miller at the end of the hour. I'm excited to talk to him, because he always brings some great insight to the show,
He does, and he's been doing this for as long as you and I have been doing it, as far as getting. So he has seen products come and go.
Yeah, one-trick ponies, I call them,
Yes, absolutely.
But, hey, all right, we're going to take a short break. There's the music. That's right. This is the Invent America show, part of Home Talk USA. When we come back off a break, we're going to have a whole bunch of guests. So if you are an inventor, or if you're an entrepreneur, or you're thinking about having that next great idea, this is the show you want to listen to right here on the Genesis Communication Radio Network at GCNlive.com. Me and Rita's going to be right back. The Inventor Lady and the Cajun Contractor. What a combo. It's like a Big Mac. What about a combo? Right. Throw some fries, throw a milkshake in there, and you got that great combo.
You betcha.
I think I'm in a goofy mood today. I don't know. I'm goofy. I love it when we get ready to hit that road. Get out of the studio. All right, we can take a short break. We're going to be right back. Stay tuned right here on the GCN Radio Network. Yay! We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Home Talk USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com, one of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Don't forget that the Invent America show airs 4 o'clock Central Time every Saturday here on the Genesis Communication Radio Network. And make sure, if the Invent America show is not in your radio area, you get on that phone and you call your radio station and find out why, and then contact the Genesis Communication Radio Network, GCN. All right, Rita, who's our first guest?
Our first guest today is Hannu Reiman. He is a Flemish entrepreneur and started working with faucets in 1998, but then moved into that home safety and like fire blankets and that kind of thing. So he's been doing this for a long time, and he's got a new product out there called Flamenator. And Hannu, thank you so much for being with us today. If I said that incorrectly, please let us know what is the exact pronunciation and tell us about it.
Hey, how are you guys doing? And thanks for being in the show. You pronounce it well. It's Hannu, and the product is called Flamenator. Flamenator is a simple cooking fire suppressor. It's a very easy to use, and it's fast and it's safe way to extinguish cooking fires without a big mess, and then everything can happen in seconds. Because the biggest problem in cooking fires are that they are almost every cooking fires are unattended, and in 3 minutes there's already a 600 decrease in your kitchen. So it's going to be a problem if you can't act fast.
It was, I saw your video when I was able to talk to you and visit with you and watch the video at the same time. And I want to make sure everybody understands the spelling of your product. It's Flamenator.com. And you can go and see exactly what Hannu is talking about. A kitchen fire is so incredibly dangerous. When that grease flares up, when it splatters all over the place, the traditional now fire extinguisher just blows it up. It just blows it against the wall and all over the counter.
All right.
But the Flamenator stops it. It stops it right there, and it worked amazingly. Every kitchen, you shouldn't be able to build a kitchen without putting a Flamenator in it. That's how impressive your product was. So you're selling product, right?
We go yes and no. We kind of start a new launch because unfortunately I can't tell you more about our new product because it's under patent process right now. But we are patented. We have already done a new product, which is with Flamenator. So we are planning to launch it soon with Flamenator together.
Okay.
So
and
that's the status right now.
That goes into our next question then, because now you've been paying attention to technology and how it can impact as you went on now to another generation. So have you seen any technology that impacts the life expectancy of your product, and how did you then deal with that?
The answer is yes and no. If I answer first no, it's because Flamenator is very simple and easy product. So it's very hard to copy that or make it any kind of like better and workable as it is already. But yes, if I answer yes, it's our own new future product, which is, I believe that even extends already the long life circle of Flamenator.
So are then you going to let the Flamenator go, kind of just expire and go on with a new product, or do the products have a life side by side?
No, they are side by side products. They are like combining each other. So it's a very cool product, and I wish that I could tell more, but unfortunately not yet. But these products together will be a very, very good item at every home.
Wonderful. Well, and that's one of the ways that people extend the life expectancy of one product, is to then develop and build alongside of it kind of that next generation of the product, so that they're working together, but you're expanding now the usage and making it safer. All right, in the kitchen or, in a different industry, you've got now, a matching piece, a partner piece to an existing piece of technology.
It's going to be a partner piece. It's going to be, let's put it this way, that with this device, we know when there's a cooking fire. Let's put it this way. And so then we have a indicator and we have a suppressor together.
Okay, excellent. So what's your plan then? Where do you want to get to, Hannu?
Let's say, hard to say actually, but because cooking fire is a leading cause of home fires and home fire injuries, and also a second leading cause of home fire death. My biggest wish that our product can, of course, save lives and homes. And of course, I would like to see that Flamenator finds a place in every single home in the United States, because every third minute there's a cooking fire in USA.
Wow. That's, that's scary. And, it's a smoke detector only can do so much. It can allow you to know that there's smoke in the house, but it certainly is not something that you can combat then what's going on.
Yes, so smoke detector is, of course, it's a great item and a very important device at homes. But when we are talking about cooking fire, it's just way too slow. So it can react the cooking fire in about 3 minutes. So our device and Flamenator together, you can act in seconds, like seriously in seconds. You can smother the fire less than 30 seconds safely and without any mess, and everybody can use it.
Right, and I did see that too, and it was easy to use. So, Hannu, thank you so much for being with us today. Again, the website is www.flamenator.com. We will have it posted on our site. So, save yourself, save your family. Go and buy this wonderful firefighting product, and we will be right back with our next guest, Leo York.
Thank you.
Thanks, Hannu.
Thank you.
HomeTalkUSA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like HomeTalk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country. Home Talk USA with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Hello, everybody. My name is Rita Crompton, also known as the Inventor Lady, and we've got Leo York on as our next guest, and I am going to ask Leo a question that was not on his list, and we're going to see how he does. This is a test question, Leo. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. I think you're going to be okay with it. We don't talk about copyrights very often. Tell our listeners, what does a copywriter do, and what is a copyright as far as intellectual property?
Sure. A copywriter is someone who writes for the purpose of persuading, commercials, jingles, slogans, taglines, that sort of thing. And copyright is a very useful and undersung part of IP in that it can protect songs, books, written works. There's a number of uses for it, and it's also very inexpensive and easy to get.
Okay. So with that in mind, and I am deviating just a little bit here, just so our listeners understand, I get inventors every once in a while that instead of saying filing a patent, they want to file a copyright. That is not the correct use of a copyright.
Absolutely, you are correct.
And so a patent, covers what something does or how it looks, whereas the copyright protects what was in your head.
Absolutely. A user manual for a device, that'd be great. The device itself, not so much.
Exactly. A website is a copyright.
Absolutely.
Okay, so tell us about PandaWare. See how I worked into that?
No, excellent. PandaWare is a food storage container lid that has a sleeve that allows you to insert a writable material, such as a dry erase board. And what's handy about it is it lets you put in the date for homemade goods like sprouts and fermented things like sauerkraut and jellies and whatnot.
Excellent. Do you have a website?
Not presently. I'm in talks, and as such, I can't release a lot on it other than these vague details.
Oh, okay. Well, when you have a website and you're ready to have people go and find it, you let me know, and we'll make sure that we get it up for you. But you've been working with inventors for some time now, and one of the things that we're talking about today is life expectancy. Every product's got a life expectancy, kind of like, you put fresh produce in your fridge. It doesn't last forever. So in your experience with inventors, how do you help explain to them and help them understand life expectancy of a product? And different industries are different.
Absolutely. That's actually one of the first things I tell them is look at your industry, look at pre-existing products in that industry, and see if you can monitor the ebbs and flows of that product. Because every product has an initial introduction and then a peak, and then it just starts to die down. And sometimes that can be a big drop, and sometimes it could be a much slower kind of burn. But they're all impermanent to some extent. And then the other thing I tell them is to constantly be modifying and innovating what they have, because that has two benefits. One, it helps outcompete knockoffs, which are unfortunately an inevitability, and it also can increase the longevity of that product.
Very good advice, and that's one of the things that we're going to be talking about next week with your sidekick, Dawn Skaggs. And so, what advice do you have for our listeners today?
The big one, in addition to what I've already said, is do your due diligence when it comes to product longevity. Really look into it. Every single industry is different, and different products within an industry can be different. But you can get a pretty good idea. Consumables are probably some of the best for longevity because people have to become repeat customers, but every industry is different.
Yes, and it's the one young lady that we had helped, and she was a guest speaker at one of your meetings. She was using just products that were OTC, over the counter, but the way she would combine them gave her something now that was new intellectual property. But she's actually broadening that to go from just powders to be able to use it in other ways. So without giving away her intellectual property, you can't say much more than that.
Sure.
But she is paying attention to what else can be done with her concept.
Absolutely, and you'll love to see that. That's one of the hallmarks of a good inventor versus a mediocre inventor, is always be innovating what you've already innovated upon.
And I think it's important for them to look at, maybe there's something in the way the machinery has to be done, or the process of making it has to be done differently for that product, and not to overlook the intellectual property that needs to be then filed or protected, that helps then kind of broaden the scope of the intellectual property that's just on the product.
I'm glad you used that word broaden, because that's what a lot of it's about, is painting with those broad strokes and seeing what kind of possibilities can be afforded to that product beyond your original intent.
So tell our listeners, you are a co-host of Kentucky Invents. Tell our listeners a little bit about that.
Sure, yeah, you can learn more at kyinventors.org, but we are a 501c3 nonprofit, and we help inventors, and we have 36 meetings a year, 3 a month, and it's gone well beyond the scope of Kentucky. So if you're outside of the Bluegrass State, you're more than welcome. We've got folks all over the world joining us.
I was just going to say, holy cow, that doesn't even do it justice, because I've been on some of your meetings, and you've had people from South America and, then all over Europe and Canada and South Africa. So you do make it around.
It's been exciting, and we love having you on there.
Well, and you've got different setups. You've got, on some you will focus on different inventors and their topics. You'll pick a topic, and then on some you'll have the different leaders that come in.
Absolutely, yeah. We've got seminars, we've got workshops, we've got live streams. It's always a different flavor, but we usually do 3 a month.
And some of them have just been so much fun. We've had a good time on there. So how long have you been doing this with Don?
Since around 2018.
About 2018. All right. I've known Don for a long time. He is delightful. We're going to have him on next week. And next week we're going to be talking about those infringers, the copycats. And Don came up with just a really unique way of pushing back on them. So stick with us now. We have got our industry expert coming up. Leo, thank you so much for joining us today and talking about PandaWare. And we're looking forward to seeing that one come out, because I get a lot of people that talk about how to mark what they're saving and they're working on. So thanks so much. And we would like to take just a second to thank some of our sponsors. Kicker Design is a big one, and CAD Design. Scott Tarsi does those early stage drawings and prototypes. So if you need some help, you let me know and I will point you in the right direction. So stick with us. Michael Miller is going to be our industry expert today. Let's go pay some bills, everyone.
HomeTalkUSA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com. One of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like HomeTalk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us this afternoon. And we want to send out a big thank you to our network, GCN, Genesis Communication Network, for giving us a home. My guest right now is Michael Miller, and he is our industry expert today. I have known Michael Miller for as long as I've known Michael King, and both were great people to get to know in this industry. And part of it is because, we've just got... we do Invent America because America invents. We always have, we always will. And so helping inventors get from I have an idea to the marketplace is our goal, and what we're shooting for is to make it as painless as possible, if it can be. And if we help you make better decisions in the early stages, you have a better chance of getting to the marketplace and then being able to understand the life of the product. So, Michael, thank you so much for being with me today.
Well, thank you very much, Rita. I appreciate you having me on.
So you have done this, well, you've done it for longer than I've done it, so you're looking at, what, 15, 20 years?
Yes, absolutely.
And you've, as part of that Home Depot network and Danco and all these products, and you're still working with inventors who are getting products into the marketplace. Hannu, one of our earlier guests, you've been working with him. He's got a great product. You've tried to help inventors understand, new products are always coming on. That means old products are dying. So what impacts life expectancy?
I think the number one thing about life expectancy is if it's a product, and I'll start off by saying it's going to have a long life, right? That's what everybody hopes for. But you have certain products, and I say especially in the hardware world, let's say like a tool. There's a lot of tools that have had a very long life expectancy to them and have been in the marketplace for many, many years, and in many years all the way through from when they had an active patent to all the way the patent being expired. So those are types of products that would be just absolutely fantastic to license, have a very long life expectancy. And then you have products that I would say are more short-term that would be ones that you would see on like an as seen on TV or something, fur babies or something along those lines, some type of toy. Things like toys and games and things like that rotate very, very frequently. So anything like that is going to be a hopefully high profit very, very quickly, but the downslope is very, very fast and usually only a couple of years at best.
Right.
So
I've heard
you need to go into that. Yeah.
I've heard that, products that make it to a store shelf, all right, or, even if you look at your Amazon as being your retailer or something like that, and they're the hardware products, the average life expectancy is, basically 7 years or so. But some of them, like a new hammer, it's like, show me a new tool, guys, show me something like that, because the life expectancy is longer. But you're right, the as seen on TV ones, the life expectancy is about 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
And that's scary for somebody that spent all that money on a patent. And part of it is just, if the product is a poor quality, that affects life expectancy.
It absolutely does. So if it gets a reputation right out of the gate, then nobody's going to want to touch that product. The other retailers, all the retailers look at what their competition is doing every single week. They know the store shelves of their competition as well as they know their own. And if they see something that's only been out there for a week or two, or they've looked at it and go, oh, my God, that's crap, I guarantee you they are not going to want to have it in their stores either.
Right. I mean, we all want to have a blender in the house, a food processor, basically. And so you've got some that will last for years. But we also see that a lot of times anything with those electronics in it is almost being geared to die sooner.
Yes, absolutely. And, everything having to do with anything that has to be programmed or electronic type products. I mean, we see how fast our iPhones go out of being even able to get updates. I mean, so you have the same thing with a lot of your electronics products, and they're just not going to be a very long-lived type of product.
That's for sure. So anyway, we hear the music playing. That means it's time to go and pay some bills. Michael, thank you so much for being on with us today. And I know we will have you on again soon because you are a wealth of information for our inventors. Thanks so much, everybody, and stick with us. I'll be right back.
Thanks, Rita. Take care.
to Home Talk USA with Michael King. Do you have questions about your next home improvement project or home repairs? Now you can chat with verified home repair and home improvement experts in just minutes. Get the help you need by visiting HomeTalkUSA.com, one of the best resources for home improvement information around today. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com. And now, back to Invent America from the #1 home improvement radio program in the country, Home Talk USA, with your host, the Cajun contractor Michael King, and his co-host, the Inventor Lady, Rita Crompton.
Thanks, everybody, for being with us today as we were talking about the life expectancy of products. And I am sure that you have noticed it on the store shelves as well when you go to get something and there you see a newer version out there of a product that's going to do something for you. So if you know an inventor, if you are an inventor, have them check in with us, see what we can do for them. If you've got an idea and you want to know what to do next, get in touch, Rita at inventorlady.com. Go to our website, inventamerica.info or invent-america.com, and shoot us over your questions. I love talking to new inventors, and I do it all day long. Thanks, everybody, and we will talk to you all next week.
Talk USA with Michael King is produced by Home Talk Media in association with King's Broadcasting Network and Genesis Communications Network. Broadcast and streamed live from the great state of Louisiana. Host and producer, the Cajun contractor, Michael King. Executive producer, Michael Mellinson. Affiliate and sponsor relations, Joe Spera. Comptroller, Sheila Gregoire. Assistant producer, Christian Bethencourt. Board operators provided by Genesis Communications Network. And I'm your announcer, Kevin McCarthy. Music includes King's Creole by Prolific Arts, Cajun Jam by StockMusic.com, and Zydeco City by Steve Rice. Home Talk USA with Michael King is sponsored by Bonide, pest solutions for your home, garden, and lawn. Decorators, take outdoor living beyond ordinary. Aztec Washer, innovative roofing solutions. Seal it right, seal it tight. Trimislab, replace rotten or missing wood with Trimislab expansion joint repair. Masonry Cosmetics, change the color of any porous masonry with proven masonry staining. Green Products Company, #1 in wood preservatives. Preserve, protect, and clean what you value, and most of all, make it last. Bond Products, manufacturers of InstaBind, the world's first do-it-yourself carpet binding solution. Deckrite, life is tough. Make your exterior flooring tougher. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Home Talk USA with Michael King. Until next time, visit us at HomeTalkUSA.com. Your best life begins with your best home, and there's no place like Home Talk. That's HomeTalkUSA.com.
Yay!